When Bonanza first premiered on NBC in 1959, it was unlike anything audiences had ever seen before. Not only was it one of the first westerns filmed in color, but it was also a family-centered drama that highlighted values, relationships, and morality against the rugged backdrop of the Nevada frontier. At the heart of the Cartwright family was the youngest son, Joseph "Little Joe" Cartwright, played by the magnetic Michael Landon. His role as the fiery, romantic, and sometimes hot-headed Little Joe would not only define much of the series but also launch Landon into a lifelong career as one of television's most beloved stars. Early life and break into Hollywood. Michael Landon was born Eugene Maurice Orowitz in 1936 in Forest Hills, New York. His early life was far from easy. He struggled with family tensions, including a difficult relationship with his mother, and he often used sports as an escape. Landon excelled in athletics, particularly in javelin throwing, which earned him a college scholarship. However, an injury ended his athletic ambitions, and he turned his focus to acting. Adopting the stage name Michael Landon, he began taking small roles in television shows and B-movies during the 1950s. One of his first major appearances was in the cult horror film I Was a Teenage Werewolf, 1957, which gave him recognition but also risked pigeonholing him in teen roles. His real breakthrough came when he auditioned for Bonanza and was cast as the youngest Cartwright son at just 22 years old. Little Joe and the Ponderosa. On Bonanza, Little Joe Cartwright was the free spirit of the family. Unlike his brothers Adam, intellectual, and Hoss, gentle giant, Little Joe was impulsive, romantic, and often found himself in trouble whether through fistfights, love affairs, or clashes with villains. His youthful energy balanced the wisdom of his father, Ben Cartwright, and made him relatable to younger viewers. Michael Landon brought a unique charm to Little Joe, combining a rebellious streak with a heart of gold. He often carried some of the show's most dramatic storylines, especially romantic plots that often ended tragically, a running theme in Bonanza. Audiences adored him for his good looks, emotional performances, and chemistry with guest stars. In many ways, Little Joe became the face of the show for younger generations, and Michael Landon became a teen idol during the 1960s. Growth behind the camera. While audiences saw Landon's charisma on screen, what they didn't see was his determination behind the scenes. By the mid-1960s, Landon had developed a strong interest in directing and writing. He began shadowing crew members, learning the mechanics of storytelling, camera work, and script development. Soon, he was writing and directing episodes of Bonanza, which gave him creative freedom and proved his talents extended far beyond acting. This behind-the-camera experience would become the foundation of his later career. Landon wasn't just content to be a TV star. He wanted to create, tell stories, and shape the narratives himself. Life after Bonanza. When Bonanza ended in 1973 after 14 seasons, Michael Landon faced the same challenge many actors do after long-running series: how to reinvent himself. Rather than chasing random roles, he created his own opportunity. Landon developed and starred in Little House on the Prairie, which debuted in 1974. His role as Charles Ingalls, the hardworking pioneer father, cemented him as one of television's most beloved figures. The series ran for nearly a decade and became a cultural staple, showing Landon's ability to transition seamlessly from a cowboy son to a frontier father. Not stopping there, Landon went on to create and star in Highway to Heaven in 1984, playing the angelic Jonathan Smith who traveled with a human companion to help people in need. Once again, the themes of faith, morality, and compassion, core values of Bonanza, shined through in his work. By then, Landon was not only a star but also a respected writer, producer, and director. Personal life and tragic end. Outside of his career, Landon was known for his warmth, humor, and determination. He had 9 children and was deeply dedicated to his family. Sadly, in 1991, he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. True to his character, Landon faced his illness publicly, speaking honestly about it in interviews and appearing on television to thank fans for their support. Michael Landon passed away on July 1, 1991, at just 54 years old. His death shocked millions of fans who had grown up with him as Little Joe, Charles Ingalls, or Jonathan Smith. Legacy of Little Joe. Today, Bonanza remains one of the most iconic television westerns ever made, and Little Joe Cartwright stands out as one of its most memorable characters. Michael Landon's portrayal brought depth and humanity to a role that could have been just the kid brother. Instead, he turned Little Joe into a cultural icon, and in doing so, launched a career that would make him one of television's greatest storytellers. From cowboy hats on the Ponderosa to pioneer life in Walnut Grove, to heavenly missions across America, Michael Landon's journey from Little Joe Cartwright to superstar is a testament to talent, determination, and the enduring power of heartfelt storytelling.